All right, so I'm starting a YouTube channel. It's going to be all about personal finance and all things money. I'm really hoping that this channel can be helpful to people sort of in my same position. I'm 39 years old. I'll be 40 this winter, and personal finances have been a journey for me. It has been a long road. I really only seriously got serious. I really only got serious about it for real probably right around when my son was born. He's my oldest, and he's about to be 7. So 2018, really, and it was when he was born, and I kind of had this wake up call that I now have this little baby who is so amazing, and I want to be able to spend time with him and watch him grow and be with him as he develops, and also frankly be there for my wife too. You know, I was only working my one job at that point. I had one income stream. It was my full time job as a software engineer. And I just took the leave they had available, which I think was about 4 weeks, which is more than a lot of people get, less than some other people get. It was a decent amount of time, but I just had to take what they could offer me and go back to work. And it was really, really difficult for me to go back to work with my wife struggling at home, taking on all those duties by herself, and missing out on all that amazing time with my family to be able to do all that stuff, be a part of that growth period, that newborn phase. So it was really, really hard, really painful for me to go through that. And that was basically my wake up call that I had not been wise with my money choices. I hadn't made any catastrophic mistakes. I wasn't, I think generally well enough off, but I didn't have a plan really. I was kind of, up to that point, I'd been lackadaisical, just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. I knew the general rules of try to save as much money as you can, invest when you have a little bit of money available. But I was just kind of winging it. I had no plan. I wasn't ready for that moment when my son was born to say, okay, I'm going to take whatever, a year off from work and do. I hadn't built a cushion. I had no plan. I was just kind of winging it, like I said. And that was the moment where I realized I needed to kind of get serious. So that's when I started to read books, watch YouTube videos, dive into blogs, different pieces of content to learn about personal finance. And actually it was interesting enough to me and pretty cool enough to me that I decided to go get an official accredited financial counselor certification. So I'm now an AFC 7 years later, and I have a practice of my own, a private practice where I help clients with their money as well. So it's kind of become this cool sort of transformation for me. And as someone who really only got serious about it after having a child, I really hope I can serve other people in my position. People who are, I guess, in like the sandwich generation, sort of midlife phase, right? Like you have a young growing family, you might have aging parents. In my case, my parents live out of state. They're relatively young. They aren't, I wouldn't consider them like frail or elderly yet, but they're getting there. And that's a factor. And my wife and I both work full time. So we both have full-time jobs. We now have 2 young kids. They're 5 and 7. And we have aging parents. So it's that phase of life where it really does feel like a grind, right? It's a squeeze. It's a multi-front war, if you will. My wife and I both are constantly feeling stressed out about how much time we have available, how much money we have available, right? And how much energy, frankly, we have. It feels like the end of the day comes and we are both just wiped, right? We have no energy for anything else. And I have really come to realize that if we are on top of our finances, while it doesn't solve all your problems, of course, it definitely makes all those other stressors much easier to deal with when you have a little bit of peace of mind and a little bit of confidence, right, in your financial situation. So I really do hope that I can use this channel to help you, if you're in that same position as me, to start your own transformation. I do work as a software engineer as my full-time job. That is my main gig still. I do have this AFC financial coaching practice, but that's just a side gig. My main gig is still software. And the name of the channel, Refactor Your Money, comes from the concept of refactoring, which I've sort of lifted from the software world and applied it here because I think it makes sense. But it essentially means to restructure the architecture of a code base or a piece of source code so as to transform its operation while maintaining or improving its actual underlying functionality. So I think that's a super applicable term for what I've actually been doing for my own finances for the last 5-6 years, I guess 6 years that I've really been serious about it. And I think it's a super applicable term for anyone else out there, you included. If you are in my same phase, you had the same realization and you're working to make that transformation in your life. It really is a transformation. Refactor really is, or an optimization, I suppose, maybe is another good term for it. But that's why I named my practice Refactor Your Money. It's why the name of the channel is Refactor Your Money, because I really do feel like that's what it is. It's refactoring your money so that you can refactor your life, right? Transform your money so you can transform your life. So that's sort of the theme of this video. And again, I really hope I can be of value and bring some useful information, useful tips, actionable advice, sort of mindset, research-based, habit-building type of stuff to this channel, and hopefully help you. So I would really love it if you would take some time, if you think this is something that might be worthwhile for you or might be useful for you. Welcome, first of all. And second of all, I would love it if you would comment below with the challenge you're facing. I know from my own story some of the things I've faced, and I have a list of ideas I plan to turn into videos. But I'd really love to hear from you, the audience on this channel. If you're watching and there's a specific challenge you're facing, tell me about it and I'll make a video about it. Second of all, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. I'm probably going to forget some other thing I'm supposed to tell you because this is my first video. But if you think, again, if this type of content might be useful for you, or any of this resonates with you and you want to sort of follow along, please do those things so that you can keep up to date on my future releases. And then lastly, I figured I could start out the first video offering up a tool that I use in my practice that I call the 30-day money refactor. And basically what it is it's a 3-step guide. It's got 3 simple steps you take over the first 30 days of your refactor journey, of your transformation effort, so to speak, that really helps to provide a little bit of clarity, a little bit of direction, give you a sense of where you stand currently and a sense of where you think you might want to take your personal finances going forward. So it's a tool I use in my practice. It's often one of the first things I have clients do, and I figured I would offer that up now in my first video. So down in the video description, I will put a link down there to the landing page where you can go get that. Again, it's free, and I hope it's useful to you. Let me know if it is. I'd love to hear from you if it is, or if you think there's something I can do to improve it. I'd love to hear that as well. So please do take a chance to do that. Take some time to do that if you think it would be valuable for you. And otherwise, thanks for watching. I really hope to see you in future videos going forward, and keep refactoring.